with barely a flutter as it went up the flagpole in the stifling heat of Washington, the red, white, and blue flag of Cuba.
Viva Cuba!
Viva!
Kept in a box for decades, it was the symbolic end of the two countries' decades-long Cold War at Cuba's freshly reopened U.S. Embassy. Inside, Cuban Foreign Minister Bruno Rodriguez.
Para afirmar que hoy se abre la oportunidad.
Relations between the two countries, he said, will be quite different than whatever happened in the past. The Cuban government, he said, is fully committed to that. It's been a complicated half-century for these two, once practically a part of the U.S. When Fidel Castro took over in the late 50s, commandeering property and cozying up to the Soviets, the U.S. tried to push him out. But neither physical nor economic force worked. And last year, noting 50 years of sniping had changed little, Barack Obama moved to reopen relations. U.S. trade and travel embargoes remain in place for now, but today's resumption of full diplomatic relations underlines change is here, with more to come.
It does reflect the reality that the Cold War ended long ago, and that the interests of both countries are better served by engagement than by estrangement.
Back outside the embassy, opinions from Cuban Americans on this issue today were, as ever, divided.
Everything that happening today is happening for the good of the people.
I wish this were a glorious day in that there were no more Castro in Cuba, and that all our political prisoners that have died and are still in prison were freed.
Soon, the U.S. flag will fly at the American Embassy in Havana, which also reopened today, leaving for now the single star and stripes as the biggest symbol yet. Change has come. Paul Hunter, CBC News, Washington.